it going, everybody? This is CF, aka Kralos, finally streaming again into the, I was just into the new year, but I guess like after a month or so. I think the NFT stream was in February. Now it's March, the end of March, and as promised, I have finally, I'm gonna do my camera review stream, my camera collection review. So, I guess before I start that, I'm just gonna give like a couple little updates of what I'm working on. I think some of you have seen it. I haven't been dead. I've just been working on different projects, and unfortunately, I'm not like very like, oh, work on this while I stream or whatever, you know. So, you know, don't worry about me not like abandoning this channel or something, because this is like my personal channel, and I don't want to destroy this one like I've destroyed others in the past, because this is where I put all the stuff that, you know, goes under my name and is stuff that I care about. But anyways, yeah, I've been talking about doing this camera review stream. I'm not going to cover my, I think you can look at the title. You can see that I said movie film camera or movie cameras. So these are all my motion picture cameras. My still photo cameras, obviously, that's for another time. I think they're maybe a little less interesting than these ones. So, and a little just, I don't have enough of them. But, yeah. So, also, sorry for like the weird movement here. Actually, let me see if I can fix that. Okay. Video format, match FPS, device default, okay. Huh. Deinterlacing, nice. Alright, anyways. So I think we're gonna get into it. So now I sort of considered starting off with my smaller cameras. Go small, then go big. So I think I'm going to do my 8mm ones, because I think the last one on my 8mm ones will be a good way to transition to my 16. So I think I'm just going to go by from my first ones that I ever owned to the newest ones. So I think up first is my GAF XL251 Auto Zoom. Funny story about this camera. I think now it's a little less reliable than it was before, but this is Super 8 camera. There's a roll in here that belonged to another camera that I gave away. I haven't developed this yet. I could do it at home now because it is Kodachrome, and in fact, as you've seen by some of my Kodachrome experiments, it's definitely within the realm of possibility. Sorry, I'm just adjusting something. So this is definitely, I would like to see what's on here. It is exposed, it is used up. But anyways, Super 8 camera. It's got a zoom, it's got manual focus, means that like you have to focus it manually through the lens right here. Batteries over here. I think it takes 6 or 4. I think it takes 4 batteries. Pretty good, you know. By the end of like the Super 8's lifespan, the camera started using less battery power to get them powered, especially small, simple ones like this. I call this old reliable because I picked this up at a camera shop down in the Loop in Chicago when I used to live there. Towards like during the period when I was like taking my Super 8 classes at school, and they always had like, this camera shop always had like a box of like used cameras that like nobody wants, that were like for sale for like under $10, and I was just like looking through all of them, and then I noticed that one of them had like battery still in it, so I like switched it on. Actually no, It didn't have battery. I didn't know if it had batteries in it. I just remember switching it on, and then like pressing like the run button here, the exposure button, and then all of a sudden it just coming on, and like I was just like shocked that it was like, whoa, this thing's so on. That I opened up the battery compartment and whoa, there it is. It's full of batteries and still working. So I like, and I think it was like, I think this was maybe less than $5. I think it was like $1.50 or something. Somewhere around there. It was like maybe $2, $3, $1.50. It was under $5, and it was like in working condition. So I just went up to the counter, just like, this please. Little thing here. I think I forgot to mention this. Adjust the light a little bit. There we go. This right here, it shows how much you've exposed. So as you like start off, it pretty much tells you how much feet you have left. You'll go from like, I can't remember how I did this last time, but I know, but it's in meters and feet. Like green for meters, orange for feet. But anyways, feet. Anyways, you go from like, I think it goes, no, yeah, it goes from 50 to 0. So like you start off with 50 feet, and then when you get to 0, you're done. So it lets you know how much footage you have left, and kind of lets you gauge how much you want to use. This the one it's got for like exposure. Like when you look through this like little part here, when you look through the viewfinder, there's like a little red flag that pops up, like a little red square in the corner of the viewfinder that tells you like, hey, there's not enough light here. So it's pretty good. Like I said, old reliable. Except recently when I realized that like it might need some I don't know. I think the motor's going. I remember having to like kind of like bop it a little bit to kind of get the motor going and running. So it's sort of dying, which is sad because it has been very, very nice to me. The only real downside for it as a camera is the fact that like even though it has through the lens viewing, there's no indicator to let you know if something is in focus or not. Because most of these cameras will have like either like a little circle in the middle of the viewfinder that has like ground glass that allows you to focus through that, or it'll have like a little split image thing where it's like it's a circle with like a line through the middle, and then you have to kind of line up the images through it to let you know it's in focus. So, or it's a coincidence viewfinder, which is I think are more rare. But yeah, this one. It's just like through the lens. There's no like little like focusing indicator. So the worst part is you have to really like measure, how you're shooting this. Which is why it has like these like little like distance indicators here, So yeah, so needs a thorough cleaning. The lens is like super dusty. It didn't come with a lens cap. The way you see it here is the way I like found it at this like camera shop. So this is exactly as is. I've always considered maybe getting like the what do you call the handle, like the little pistol grip for it in the bottom to kind of make it more like a real Super 8 camera. But this is fine. This has been, like I said, it's heavy, it's solid, it's good. It's a good little camera. I need to fix it up so it continues to be nice and little good. So that's one. Next up is a regular 8 camera. This is not a Super 8. This is regular 8. Difference being Super 8, as you saw, has a cartridge. Regular 8 uses one 25-foot roll of 16 millimeter. You put it in one end, and then it goes like you thread it through here, comes down here, and you pretty much expose one side. When you're done, expose the other, and that's it. Like you got yourself 50 feet of footage. So not battery, obviously. This is spring wound. You wind it like this. This is also before I keep going, this is a Kodak Brownie turret camera. It's a turret, but not a real turret, because like the lens is right here, right? This one is the normal lens. There's like no filter on it or anything. It's just the pure like sun, like the block the sun from the outside. And then these two bigger ones, or these two ones here. Oh hey Mango, yeah, I'm streaming again. This one right here is the telephoto. So if you want like for far away shots, go like this, look through the like. Oh yeah, you set up your little like viewfinder here. So for your far away shots, because it's like marked orange for orange, green for green, red, etc., etc. So you would look through your viewfinder on like the little orange square here, and then that's kind of what you would see through what the image would look like through this. And then the smallest lens is the wide angle one. So that's for your wide shots. So you would look through the green. I'll give you 5 doubloons if you smash that camera to the wall. I'll donate $5 if you grab your most valuable camera, throw it on the ground as hard as you can. No, I will not do that. These are... I haven't even gotten to my most valuable camera, actually. Anyways. So, you wind it up. And then you just press the little thing here. And boom. The motor's always been like a little weak on this. I don't know why. But it delivers really like normal like footage. It's never been bad. So also very funny that you guys would say the same thing. That gave me a chuckle. So unlike the footage indicator on like the Super 8 camera, like this is a super manual because I think this is like from the 40s or 50s if I recall. But like there's like a little thing here, like the little window. This is how you tell. Let me see. There's like a little window here. Let's see if you can look at it. But this window here lets you see how much footage you have. So when after you load your film or whatever, you have to like use this like little wheel here and like crank it or like turn it. I don't know why I said crank. To like 0 or like, well, it goes to empty, but go to load right here, L, and then close it up, start filming, and then as soon as it hits like 25 feet, then you got it going. So this thing can sort of do single frame. Like you just have to kind of like tap it though. So, I don't know. I wouldn't try it. And then for exposure stuff, there's like a little wheel here, whatever. You just kind of turn it here to kind of make sure it's like the right thing. Also, which is fun. So, I said there's a wheel here. You take this away. There's like little holes here that kind of tell you where, like how big the opening is. So, let me see if I can kind of get this. There you go. See? All right. So... that's how much like light is going into each hole. So it's very fun. Like I said, it's a good reliable camera. Kodak knows how to make them, or they did. But this also needs a lot of work. The viewfinder's a little dusty from what, like the default. The other sides aren't. Oh, because you can't look through the lens, unfortunately. Like I said, you would look through this here, right? You would look through like this here and look through here. To kind of make sure you're like aiming it correctly, you'd have to like figure out how far away you are and then adjust this like little thing here. It gives you like feet. So yeah, really. I was gonna say yeah, really weird, but no, it's really interesting how they kind of would like figure this out. And like I said, it's really reliable. I think the one thing though is I've seen the bigger brother of this camera, which is the Kodak like K100. It's like, apparently it's like built like a tank. I've been trying to hunt one down, but every time I find a good one, it gets like scooped up, or I don't have enough. I just happen to like be out of money exactly at that point when I could have bought it. So I'm hunting for its older brother one day. So all right, next up is whoa. Is this thing still alive? Okay, here we go. Look, I know it's kind of taboo because of what's going on in the eastern part of Europe. I'll just say right now. It's kind of taboo because of the whole Russian thing going on with Ukraine, which is very sad. But one of my Super 8 cameras, or not my Super 8 cameras, one of my 8mm cameras is unfortunately a Russian camera. probably way more modern than it needs to be. This is the quartz camera. The quartz. What is this called? Quartz M. There we go. It comes in like a few flavors. There's one called the Double Super 8 one that kind of looks the exact same. So you can get in some major trouble if you buy this and then try to load Super 8 like 8mm film in it. But I bought it from some dude in New York on eBay. Came with this kind of like little busted like carrying bag. This used to be on it, but I took it off because it doesn't have like the little extra lenses. So, and then it's got a bunch of little like filters. It's a whole like kit here. It's great. But so anyways, it's got a handle. Plug that in, or screw it in rather. Boom. It's a really nice piece of engineering. Probably maybe the quietest motor, except when you crank it. Here, so let me get this on there here. All right. Nice. And then I think I have it set to 25 frames. Yeah. Okay. Set this to 16, which is the normal speed for these cameras. It's really weird. So show you what it looks like on the inside. And these babies are good. Like it may not, like this one and the Kodak don't have like ways to what do you call it, focus, because the lenses are fixed focus. So like from a certain distance with like a certain exposure, it'll be in focus. So you have to watch out for that. But it's more easier to use for like running, for like when you're on the run or whatever. You want to get like quick shots in public. Whip this guy out, bop, 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 you know, take out Archduke Ferdinand. Anyways, this thing, so this is the lens, this is the exposure meter. It takes in sunlight. This little needle up here tells you how much sun it needs. I think it's actually moving right now. Up here, you kind of set the, like what kind of film you're using. I think it has it in ASA and DIN. DIN, I think, is the European or Russian one. So, like, let's say you want to use something that's more, let's see, I think let's say 25 or 22, so that would be your DIN or whatever, and then boom, you know, just shoot with that kind of speed. I don't really know what else to say about it. Like, it's a really simple, hard camera. It's like super solid metal. Like it's hard to find these guys in like bad condition. But it's also hard to find these guys in like the U.S. Like, cause these cameras, like a whole freaking kit, is like you can get from like someone in like the Ukraine or Russia for like around $100, maybe even less. Like, you're just like they're like everywhere. You can't throw a rock at like movie camera eBay without hitting one of these guys. You can't look through the lens. The little viewfinder's up here. You're gonna have to guess, which is fine. It's really interesting. Like this little like needle up here. Let me see if I can get it here. Yeah, this little needle tells you if your exposure is good or not. Right here is how you control it. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. I like it. I've shot once with it. Unfortunately, I have like a roll that I've been sitting on for a while that I'm gonna shoot with it. They're gonna try it out. I was saving it for my other camera, but I think I need to send it off to get it cleaned. So, yeah. Like I said, this is for like speed. This is for like continuous run, lock, and then this little one here, you can do single frame with it. You can do animation. I think just like the other ones, you gotta set it so you know how much like footage is left. You know, it's really interesting. It's really weird. And there's like a little like notch right here, so you can put your like wrist strap or whatever. But yeah, I like it a great deal. Nice. Put this guy back in here. I really wish I could get the zipper on this fix, man. Like, it's the one thing, because this one zipper here, fine, you know. This zipper over here, busted. I'm even considering just like asking my wife to like maybe like sew on a new zipper so it's like I can close it up, because it's a nice little pouch. It's like leather or whatever, maybe even fake leather. I think it's real leather, but it's a nice little pouch. It's a shame that like the zipper's broken. All right. Oh no, that's that one. Okay. So this is the Yashica UP. Yes, IP. The Yashica UP or UP. Japanese camera. The one was rushing this in Japanese. Also really cool. I think you can look at the lens on this one. It's got like the two little things where like this lens is for like film exposure. This thing, wait, is this thing alive? Or is it just responding to? Oh shoot. This thing I think has I think it still has batteries in this thing. Hold on. Hold on a sec. What? Do I still have batteries in this thing? No. No, okay. I think I have batteries in like the exposure meter up here. But that was gonna be weird. So it's a zoom. It's got a zoom lens. You can focus it too. It's got that thing I told you about where you like focus with like the little circle to make sure it's like, well, I guess to make sure it's in focus. It's got 3 speeds: 16, 12, and 24. So 16 being what is like the ideal number for 8mm stuff. Same like the other one. Oh, I forgot that I could do that. It's a nice little door. Same like the other one. It's got a. It's 888. You know. Put one roll in. Exposes it. Flip it over. Expose the other side. Done. So. I like it. Oh. The other one had like a little crank for like rewinding, so you can do cool like special effects. This one has it built right in. And I was super excited about using this guy, but then I messed up the viewfinder. I can still use it, but I'm a perfectionist, and I find it annoying. But the viewfinder here was like kind of weird and off center. For some reason, it had it like not horizontal; it had it like vertical, like the little like viewing frame, which is really weird. I should have left it alone, but I took it off and tried to like readjust it. I ended up scratching it, so it's like filled with like the little like focusing circle or whatever, the little ground glass focusing thing is like all scratched up. I can still use it, but it's a pain in the butt, and I hate it. So there's a remote control thing here. This is how you adjust. This is how you get set to like automatic or manual. Whoa, okay, easy there, buddy. This thing also has like a couple screws missing, so again, it needs work. I wanted to use it a lot, but I ended up not because I ruined it. So I don't know. I might get a replacement. I might just donate this to Goodwill, let it be someone else's problem, or maybe even I don't know. I've considered like getting rid of it and then finding an exact copy that is like in better condition, because I really do like the design of this camera. It's really nice, but man, it's just like, I don't know, like it's one of those things just like I have like a camera that kind of does this already, but I like the design of this, you know. So I don't know. I could be it's one of those things just like I like this, but it's busted. I want a better version of it, Dad. So who knows? Yeah. Little like footage indicator here. Like I said, this is for like setting exposure, etc., etc. It's like I said, it's a good camera, and it's really heavy. There's like heft to this. I could literally. Your collection is very extensive and very cool. How long have you been collecting movie cameras? Oh boy, probably since I was in art college when I started to get into like the film program, because I remember getting my first 16mm camera, none of which I have anymore. I've like since had to get rid of those and sell them for money, and then kind of also downgrade to like 8mm cameras because they were cheaper to use at the time. But then I've recently kind of gone back and
found replacements for my old 16, which are fine, but I miss those bad boys because they were really good. And it was at a time when they were not that expensive. But yeah, I'll see what I'll do with this one in the future. But like I said, but I would say I've been collecting them for about 10 years. But this is like on and off, I would say. So I don't know. If I see like a cool camera, I usually try to like go for it. I know I shouldn't because I know like I'll run out of room and I won't use all of them. But there is like a part of me that's just like for the sake of collection, I wanna get one. This here is the Nicorex Zoom, another Japanese-made camera, more slimline. Look at this baby. This is also 8mm, right there in the butt. Battery powered up down here. I think another battery is like underneath here for like the exposure thing up here. Battery tester, obviously it's in the red because there's no battery in it. How you adjust for like exposure. This came in its like original, this came in its like original box, strangely enough. Like I found this guy for like around $40 on eBay in its original box. It's like super compact. I really love it. It's got a zoom lens. It's all, I mean, look at this. It's like a little flat rectangle. It's like the lens is like jacked up inside. It's all like, it's got a zoom lens, doesn't stick out. It's like super compact. And like the zoom lever's up here. This is for like exposure, single frame. Yeah, like like the engineering on this is like great. And I have shot footage with this, and it is good. It's in like perfect condition. The only thing is that like I'm trying to figure out how to make the motor less noisy. Like it like screeches when it comes to life. Like it works, but it's just like the whole time. So I'm trying to figure it out. Actually, I'll let you listen to it because it's you have to hear it to believe it. Alright, let me get some batteries in here. There you are. Let's see. Surprisingly, this also takes 4 AA batteries, or as they used to be called, penlight batteries. Nice. Alright, here we go. Oh, that sounds good. See what I mean? Let me... Here. But the thing is, it works. But I think this is how it's supposed to sound. I have like put a little bit of oil in it, like around the around this, to kind of get it nice and buttered up. Hold on, let me see. Oh, that sounds good. Huh. Maybe you just need to like let the batteries run out on it, so kind of let it lubricate itself a little bit. Interesting. And I've never heard it. This is the first, folks. I've never heard it sound that good. I might have to like just let it run all night. You waste up these batteries. So, but it's very nice. Oh yeah, you can carry it around like this. So little handle. Some of these handles you can just use it to carry around like this. Other people kind of use it like this, So like you're shooting with it. So yeah, Nicorex Zoom 8, Nippon Kogaku KK. All right, next one. This guy is a find because I picked this up at my local Goodwill. In fact, it's so local. It's still got like the baggage identification for it for like my local area, which is like near Sacramento, like NorCal over here. But like, my God, like this thing was a fucking find. It's like it even has like the original like owner's name on it still and everything. It's a good find. And look, right off the bat, I gotta explain why this is a great find. And I have shot footage with it. I think I do know. My
my footage, my Lincoln Park Zoo footage from my Chicago trip before the pandemic was shot on this. But this is a Canon Auto Zoom 518 Super 8 camera. So this is my actual go-to Super 8 camera now. Because it's a fucking Canon. Canon Super 8s are like considered like the like a #1 Super 8 camera. I think this and maybe the Brown like Nizos are like the other ones, but like Canons are the main one. Like 518 is pretty good, 318 is pretty good. I think the 18, I think one of the last mega nice Canon ones are like the best one. I think maybe even Minolta does a good one too. But like they're usually considered like the high quality. Like if you want like a good Super 8 camera, most people always like say like you should get a Canon. Like they're expensive too. Like these will like run like 100 plus on eBay, and I found this bad boy for like, I think I bought it for like $20, case and everything, working. So it's very nice. But it takes like 100 batteries, I think. Little battery test button here. You know, so you don't lose it. Little like wrist strap. I think this is for like remote control. There's this little circle to show you that the motor's going. What's this for? Oh yeah, this is alright. So they don't make the batteries for this anymore. For the they do, but they're expensive for the exposure meter. So I usually just kind of put a couple of hearing aid, like fat hearing aid batteries in there, and just call it a day. It does kill up those batteries pretty quickly, but I don't know. I had a pretty good experience using it. Down here is like for, you know, just like the other one, you expose like, I think as long as you have batteries in it, it'll like expose it'll make the exposure like you can manually control it, which is good because if you don't want things to move around so much, that's kind of the thing you want. Like you want consistent exposure, you kind of set it yourself, you know. It's a zoom lens that you can see up here. I don't have the little like original zoom. I don't think I even came with it. Zuma handle. It has all of its like caps and everything. It's really incredible, actually. I'm gonna dox this man. He used to belong to a guy named Paul N. Wacky, or Wacky. Just goddamn, it's good. If you don't want to use your hand to like control the zoom, the zoom here. Obviously you can do it electrically, but it really eats up the battery. Like one thing my Super 8 teacher for my Super 8 filmmaking class taught me was like never use like the auto zoom because it just eats up your batteries. I think you put the main batteries up here. It's like 3, and then I think at the bottom here, I think it's an extra one. It's been a while since I've whipped this guy out. I think in the bottom here, it's like an extra battery, so it takes 4. But there's like the way it's like situated is really weird. Filter, so if you're shooting in sun, you set to that. If you've got like tungsten cameras, which are made for like indoor lighting, you set it to light bulb. So here's a little thing. Let's see. See, light bulb, and then press that down. Sun. I think you can see that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's really cool. It's like I said, it's one of my favorites. Start to run when you don't want to shoot with it. There's like a little thing right here. I think this is for like the cable release, so you can do like your little stop motion stuff. Lock is just for 100%, like not being able to use it, and then run is for like press it down and run works. It's got 2 speed settings: 18 slow motion, which is 24. It's funny how like 24 on 8mm is slow motion and 18 is normal motion, but also 18, remember what I said earlier, 16 is normal speed for like double 8mm, 8mm. But then like at a certain point when Super 8 came along, they changed it to like 6 to 18. 18 frames per second became like the norm for Super 8. But I don't know, like at school when I was taking my Super 8 class, I think my teacher always said that like have it set to 24 just because it's more consistent, you know. So I don't know, it's weird because like eventually you would have to like telecine it, transfer it to digital, and then work with it. So it's much easier just to shoot everything in 24. So, but yeah, this is one of my true finds, like true treasures. Like, it's like a once in a lifetime. Like just like my original Super 8 camera that I showed you up in the beginning. Let's see. And this thing I think did come with like a little eye cup for the lens, but or for like the viewing lens, but I don't really use it because it kind of gets in the way of my glasses. All right, and then last but not least for the 8mm stuff. Recent acquisition. Payar Bolex. So, I've shown a similar camera to this on a different stream. That is because Bolex made the same camera twice. One for 16 and one for 8. And that's because before 8mm used to be the same size. Well, it used to just be like 16 that you would then take and cut in half down the middle to make 8mm. It makes sense. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So what they did was, well, let's just take our regular 16, put in the extra sprocket holes, and then let it run 8. So this is what you get. But the thing is, because this is like a full-size Bolex camera, what you instead get, weirdly enough, is all this extra space that would have been for 100-foot rolls. So that became like a plus for this model. If you had like an H8 Bolex, you could either shoot the normal like 25 or shoot 100-foot rolls of like 8mm, because then that would create 200-foot rolls, like, or a 200-foot like roll of footage, which is insane. Like, it's the most amount of like footage anybody could like possibly shoot on like regular 8 or double 8. So works just like the old one as shown. Spring wound. Okay, gotta make sure I plug that one in. Then, so a little brief history. I was kind of searching for one of these cameras for a while. Finally found one for a decent price that came with these lenses. This is a big deal because the lenses for 8mm cameras are called D-mount lenses for penis. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why they're called D-mount because D is smaller than C, which is what you'd use for 16. But these kind of lenses go for like the most cheap, like good clean lenses that shoot perfectly sharp pictures go for like the dumbest, like less than $100, less than $50. And it's only because only these kind of cameras use them. So nobody wants them, nobody can use them on their like fancy new cameras. Whereas like C-mount lenses, people will like scavenge and jack up the price for because they want like interesting analog effects or something. I don't know, it's dumb. But because of that, these ones get ignored, and you can get really good lenses for like peanuts practically. So I was lucky that this one came in with 2 lenses that worked. You know, they're a little stiff from like lack of use, but they work, god damn it. Which like just forever will surprise me that I got lucky this way. So long lens for far away, normal lens for taking, and this could have been for like, if I want to, I can get like a more wide angle one. So, but I'm okay right now. But anyways, camera was in pretty good condition, pretty good shape. There's like no peeling off the leather or anything. I'll show you it's like older brother version of it a little later. But when I first bought it, I never noticed that the bottom one didn't spin. I've like since kind of like gotten it to work again. It works fine, but I still kind of don't trust it So what I want to do is send this off to get like cleaned and like lubed properly, so I won't have this problem again. Because I've like ruined a few like rolls of like film with this. Luckily, they were like Kodachrome experiments, so some of which you've seen on my recent uploads. Actually, I got another one in the works that I'm working on right now, but yeah, it's the little like jam, like because it would just like it would like get pulled through, go through here, and then this wouldn't turn. It would just like eventually just like build and build and build until like just like a big friggin' accordion. This like whole section filled up with like unrolled up film, and it was horrible. Um, this didn't come with its own viewfinder, so I had to like find one separately. Luckily, I found one for a decent price. It looks very similar to another one I have. So, and then up here is how you focus the lens, because what you do is like you take the turret, right, and like switch it up here, focus it, switch it back, and then kind of like look through this way to kind of judge what you got. But this is an earlier model, so instead of like this cool little like viewfinder that I'll show you later, it has like a little like a little like a focusing screen here, and then there's like cup, which kind of falls out a lot because it's loose. Because I guess you're not really supposed to like be holding it like sideways like this or anything. It just sits on top, which I think is kind of lame. I wish it were just like attached, you know. But I don't know. It's fine. I'm trying to hunt one of the ones that would go here that would fit these things. So, but yeah. So I'm trying. This is my main project camera that I'm trying to like use properly and eventually get it properly cleaned. It did come with this pistol grip, so I'll show you how that looks like in a second. Because these are also kind of, I mean, they're not expensive, but it's always cool to see these bad boys attached to it, because I always see like old pictures of these cameras with the pistol grip attached, and they always look so cool, very clean, as the kids nowadays say. So, but yeah, I've walked around my town with this thing on and just like pretty much have used it. Hey yo, the pizza here. Look who woke up. Didn't figure you would show, Captain Kid. I thought you would be sleeping. That's what you do best. But anyways, also Captain Kid, you're at the tail end of my 8mm talk. I'm about to go into 16, which is where the real fun starts. And I think only 4 cameras actually. I have more 8mm cameras than I do 16. But yeah, this is that. It's very cool, very heavy, super heavy. It's the heaviest camera for 8mm that I owned. So, oh shoot, yeah. Let's see. But yeah, so the reason I wanted to end off with this one was because I wanted. This is, like I said, super similar to another camera that I have. Actually, it's like they're practically the same camera. Oh, forgot this. I'm about to go to bed. Oh, you son of a... You can't go to bed, Tab. You just got here. What kind of... You tell me... Look. I got work in the morning. I just wanted to stop by to say hi. What kind of captain goes to bed at night? Who's manning the ship, you dummy? So anyways, me go put this up. Wrong one. There we go.
So. He's alive. He's here. Saber, you're also at the end, towards the second half of the stream. Also, tell Captain Kidd to stay up, because if he goes to bed, there's no. You think his crewmates are gonna be able to like man the ship he's captaining? No, I didn't think so. All right. So, anyways, the reason I wanted to go end with that one is because I got the same one in 16 right here. So, well, this is the dog is manning it. Okay, fair enough. The dog is pretty experienced. He's old. So this is my 60mm Bolex special edition. I think I brought this out before. This is a kind of rare version of it. This is what I'm talking about, though. As I said with the other one, it's got this thing on top here. Okay. So it's got this like focusing screen right here that goes in tandem with this thing. So you pop this bad boy right here. Boom. When you want to focus your lens, you swing it up here. Look through that, and do all the little adjustments for it. Zap, 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 and then swing it back. Make sure match the distance with this thing, and then you're done. Bob's your uncle. That's it. I'm joining the CF notification squad and hitting the like button and commenting down below. Well, it's about time, Saber. Anyways, I appreciate that, Saber. Actually, if you noticed this is a little bit more yellow than the other one. I think it's maybe because of the age. But I say this is special edition because this little like lever here is for like a variable shutter. You can kind of control how much light. You can even have more control of how much light goes into this. But this was not factory new. This is like there's some dude named Tullio Pellegrini in like San Francisco that would mod these cameras like this and add this stuff to it. So this is a big deal to find one of these, especially with like that with that alligator case, which is pretty clean. But same idea. 16mm. It looks very similar to the other one I showed. So, but same deal. Let's see. Listen. No, you listen. It's about time I got some spec around here. Alright, let's see. So, and this works pretty well too. Oh shoot, there's a little bit of rumbling in that. That's because like the motor's so powerful. I never noticed that before. No, but I'm actually considering. So I don't want to use this as like my field camera, because it's got a lot of like little more technical elements to it, like when you push P. When I want to push P, it gives single frame. So this is a really good amateur animation camera. So I want to turn this into my main animation camera. So I'm actually considering maybe putting the other little focusing thing on here, because the whole time while I'm like animating, like let's say the paper's right here, the camera's up here. It'll be like facing down like this, like this. So it'll be hard for me to kind of look up and look down through this thing. So instead, if I want to like do like focusing, it would benefit it if I have like the little focusing thing up here. I feel. So, art question: How would you compose a movie poster, and how would you make things pop? Oh, you caught me off guard with that one, Saber. I am very self-taught with my drawing skills, because I actually I don't know, I guess it might have been arrogance, or it might have been, I think it was arrogance, but I never actually took any classes in art school for comics or illustration or graphic design. So I'm actually it's not super great at it. I often have to like kind of take cues from posters that I like or whatever and kind of borrow elements from that. But I don't know. I mean, just like Bogo's Binted. Nice. Put that right here. I don't know. That's a good question. Mostly it's just kind of deciding like, I don't know, just what elements you want to pop. Like if like three main actors are like, I guess the way I would always do like covers and everything, or like my little thumbnails for some of my stuff. I just kind of like think of like design elements I like. You know, just what would be, I don't know. That's a good question, Saber. Like, I don't know. I guess I have to think about it a little bit like I think about like how I compose a frame. Like, what's the most important figure in this? If it's like a movie poster, you know, I guess I would think about what like are the actors important here? Like, is it a famous actor that you have to have on there? So I'll just put them on, and like kind of center the whole thing around them. Like, what am I composing it for? If it's like a movie poster, I always have to think like, how does it tie with the movie? How does it sell the movie? You know. How much is the Bolex? How much is the Bolex? Is the Rolex? This Bolex cost me around $125, and that was with the case and everything. I'm not gonna talk down on the seller who sold it. Who knows what their story was. I think it belonged to their like father or something. It was like a hand-me-down, but like I got it for super cheap, and that's only because this part right here, it's non-reflex. They're less. Oh man, okay. They're less desirable than the reflex Bolex, which means that like this viewfinder here becomes integrated to the camera that allows you to see through the lens here. So, oh boy, reflex Bolexes are like could be anywhere between like 200 for like just the body, no lenses, maybe even doesn't work, all the way up to like $2,000 for a fully working one that's been like cleaned and used professionally or whatever. So these are stupidly desirable, but non-reflexes can be anywhere between like 100 to maybe 200 max, depending on the model. So, and I once, boy, how do you record your film for YouTube? Okay, I have a scan for my 8mm stuff. I have a scanner that allows me to just kind of like upload it. Hold on, I'll whip it out real soon. Alright. Oh, thank God you didn't see my pornography fall down. Okay, I have this thing. So it's your typical kind of consumer. You know, it's right there on the box. 8mm Super 8 movie digitizer. This is a used one. I got around for like $200 maybe. It's really simple. It's A to B. It's almost HD. It's not super HD, and the quality's not great, but it's usable. You see my stuff, so that's how we do it for that. And then for my 16mm stuff, I'm trying to work on that right now. Right now I'm using my VHS camera because it has the same frame rate as my projectors, so there's less flicker. So I have like a special little like box that I got from that used to be very common in homes for people who wanted to digitize their old home movies. You would just like have this box that had like a little mirror and a projection screen on the side. You project your film onto the screen. I'll just show the box. What am I talking about? I got a bigger one in another part of my closet, but it's essentially this. So, put that away. this is it. Pretty much, it's a little like tube or box projected here. Point your camera to the little magnifying lens here, and that's it. This is the whole setup. I literally do this. The quality is not great, and I think my VHS camera, or at least the tape I'm using, is like dying. So I'm gonna have to. I want to upgrade. Luckily, I talked to some other fellow 16mm digitizer who I asked, like, hey man, how do you do this? And he told me, oh yeah, just I use a projector and I use my like DSLR camera, which you can kind of change the frame rate on. So as long as it's 24 and the thing is 24, you should be fine. So now I'm working on getting finally having to get a DSLR camera just so I can use it for my transferring stuff. Alright, moving right along. I only have 3 of these. Alright. And then, alright, so this is my other one. I have recognized this box because I use this this bag to carry my film, my camera I use to record my SAC anime stuff. But this is... Saber, you're gonna like this. So this is my Bell & Howell 70DR, and I'm saying Saber, you're gonna like this if you're still watching, because you, as somebody who enjoys militaria, should notice the very military style to this design to this camera, because in the 40s and beyond, especially in Vietnam, this was the main war footage camera. So this is the camera that they would use to like shoot newsreel footage during wartime. And the reason they did this was because legit this bad boy is built like a tank. I know earlier Mango and Tempu said that they wanted me to like take my most expensive camera and smash it. That'd take a lot of work. This camera I could not smash. Fascinating. Yes. This camera I could not fucking smash, Saber. Because look at this bad boy. Look at this turret. And it's got like a little matching viewfinder for each one, so. But this thing is built like a tank. This is like usually one of the cheaper, I would say, pro 60mm cameras you can get on online. It is, like I said, built like a tank. I could cave in. Hey, what's up, Darkline Master? I could cave in a human being's skull with this. Look at this. Hold on. That's my knuckles wrapping on this thing. Oh boy, let me see. Let me open this bad boy up. It's the most simplest kind of point and shoot. You know, you have your like film up here. You roll it through, done. Put it back in to lock it into the film plane. You know, you would have over here. Wait, who wants to smash your camera? You could really go unga bunga with it. Oh, for real. I got some great stories about people who restore these things, but so up here is the little like firing button. You press that down, and the motor on this is quiet too. Of course, Saber would know that you would have to be for if you were shooting if you were like a war photographer, you know, in a combat zone, you would want to be quiet. So, but it's got multiple speeds. It goes up to 64, which is like the slowest of motions, practically. Would you be willing to sell? No. I would not be willing to sell this one. I am very happy with this. It took me a long time to complete this camera, actually. Because in the beginning, this camera only came with this. And then I had this one to go with my Bolex, which is my long lens camera. and then I finally got a hold of a nice cheap wide angle lens, which is super like huge. Um, but this, like, it's super clockworky. The great thing about this camera is that like the maintenance for it is absurd. It's it's insultingly simple, because like you have to put like a little bit of oil right here on the turret. Like there's a little turret nut here. You lift it up, put oil there, oil here, oil there, and then also if you wanted to take this apart to like fix it, you can do it, which makes sense because you know if you're on the battlefield or something, or because this also was a good newsreel camera too. If you were like it was a workhorse camera for like TV studios. Bro, are you willing to tell me the footage of a helicopter tipping the sea was caught by this? Probably. Probably, dude. I would not put it past this, because this is the only thing that could really survive those kind of situations. Because, okay, here's some fun stories about the Bell & Howell 70DR. Okay? Because I'm about to go into some, like, meta stuff in terms of, like, film camera choices for 60mm filmmakers. But before I go into that, I want to talk about a few more bells and whistles this has. So it's got a little viewfinder right here. It's super tiny. It's a little scratched up because I messed it up a little bit trying to like adjust it. So I can't get my eye too close, or else it'll screw up my lenses. It'll scratch them up. But if you want to focus your lenses, you go here. You move it to right there. Adjust it. You know, focus it to on your subject. Move it back, obviously, to like where it's gonna be, and then you're done. Kind of like the Bolex, but it's built in. This little thing right here, you press it in, and it locks it, so you don't have to hold the button down while you're like shooting it, and then release that. Done. This right here is for hand cranking. Binto's Alien, KK, yeah. So. You put this down, lock it in, hand crank. Newsreel style. Reporting from Academy. Anyways. Yeah, it rules. But I got some cool stories about this. So when I was like kind of doing some more and this is also the first camera that I owned back in art school. Not this exact model, but when I finally was getting into like 16mm filmmaking in art school, I decided, you know, I should have my own camera. I should like buy my own camera so I don't have to keep checking out the cameras that I have at school. And there was some dude in like one of the northwest suburbs of Chicago who had an entire, I think even it was like a military kit for this camera. It had like, it was a special version that had like a little plate in the back that you could take off and put like a whole 200-foot magazine, like big Mousier magazine, and then like a power cord and like an extra motor. It was like, oh, it was a perfect camera, and it had like a zoom lens with like a special viewfinder on the side that let you look through it. But it was perfect, and I gave it away because my colleagues and the film community at the time convinced me that, oh no, Bolexes are better because they're more versatile. Not these hardy, like, power, like, make your arms like super, like, dead weight, heavy duty cameras here that were actually used by real professionals as opposed to, like, I'll put it this way. This is the camera used by people who want to take footage in like in any location and place that will survive everything. Bolexes, which is the camera I showed before this one, is the one that used for more artistic pursuits. This is like the workhorse camera versus the artist camera, essentially. But there was a story, I read a conversation where this guy was talking about his experiences with having both cameras and how like he had both, but he eventually switched out to Bolex because he just liked the versatility of it more. But his teacher was always like,
his film school teacher was just like, no, 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 kid. This is the better camera. This camera will survive anything. One time, I found this camera at the bottom of a lake. I took it apart, cleaned everything, put it back together, good as new. Like nothing ever happened. That's how hardy these cameras are, essentially. Ooh! Oh, nice. Whoa, nice! Pornography? That's for me. Wow, I've never had a thirst trap bot show up. This is actually pretty impressive. Normally, um, normally I have like Russian bots show up, but now like man, to get like a naked HD XYZ thing, nice. Nice. Anyways, but yeah, so this is like the main like what you would use for like field shooting, which is what I kind of have adopted this for. All right, so the only thing is that like it won't fit 100% in my and it's in the little like carrying case I have for it because this lens here, my 4-inch lens is too long for the thing to kind of clamp on it, so I have to take it off, put the little like dust cap on the bottom here, pop it back in. Sag, as the Twitch losers say. Thank you, Saber. I needed that. But yeah, so yeah, man, like this having worked with both of them and having used both of these kind of cameras have really kind of put me back on the side. I mean, I like the Bolex, which is why I prefer that more as my animation camera. But I like this more for shooting out in the field because it's what it was, it's what it was built for. Not that you can't use the Bolex for this too, but I trust if I drop this for some reason, it's gonna survive. So, all right, put this back. Also, I found appreciation for it because one of my new kind of new movies I have like entered my favorite movies list. Peeping Tom, the main character, uses the same camera, so it kind of also indoctrinated me into the cult of the Filmo. All right, last but not least, same company, different camera. Actually, kind of an updated version of it a little bit. It has less bells and whistles on it, unfortunately, but this is what I used for Sec Anime. The Bell & Howell 240 Electric Eye. Oh, cool. So, this is the main one I used. This is what I went around asking people, could I shoot your cosplay? I recently bought some attachments for it, so let me just take these off for a second. This is what it normally looks like. So this right here, Bell & Howell, same company as the other one. Same kind of hardness to it. Super well built, super well taken care of. I bought it for $50, case and everything. It works. When you press, these little things kind of are the loop formers. When you put the door back down, these come up and like the loops can go freely. Otherwise it scratches the film up. Little film cutter here. This is for like to tell you how much footage you have left. Yeah, these little things like connect to here. There's like a little light inside that lets you know if there's not enough light being exposed to the film. It says like, hey, go to more light, and it'll like flash red, which is what this is for. So it's called the Electric Eye automatic exposure control because of this thing. This will take in light and pretty much tell the lens to like adjust for
for like how much light is coming in, so it's automatic. When you don't have batteries in it, you can kind of control it yourself, which is what I did. I don't know how. If I think the battery compartment looks pretty clean, so it should work. As seen right here, but the batteries are special. They don't make them anymore, so. Or they do, but they're, I don't know. I haven't made time to like buy the replacement batteries for it. So let's see. Much more simplified version of it's like older, stronger workhorse brother. But still good nonetheless. Only one lens, you can't take it off, but it does have attachments. There's a wide angle attachment that goes with it that I haven't gotten a hold of, which is fine, I guess. But it's already pretty wide angle anyways, so instead I got the telephoto attachment. So if I want to shoot stuff from far away, I just pop this bad boy on, put this thing on, and boom, done. You can shoot things from far away, and then you have to kind of also replace the viewfinder to make sure it matches it. So yeah, it's pretty hardy, like I said, it's very nice. Also, I didn't talk about run time for each wind. So the Bolex and the Filmo are both like max, like let's say minimum 30 seconds of like filming time on a full wound. This baby, I don't know what they did, but they made it so it's so, but like, I don't know what kind of motor they put into this, but this guy, its maximum run speed is at about like 50 seconds. So it's almost a full minute of like continuous running. And it's even got like a little spring motor like indicator, just like, hey, you should wind me up, I'm almost done. You know? So it's just really cool. Like, here. So right here is like a little, like, tells you how much power is left in the spring motor. So, and this is the sound. I mean, maybe you could use a little bit more lubrication to make it quieter, but it works. And this is like late 50s, so it's very, so it's, you know, it's got that kind of mid to late 50s design. No, actually early 50s. This is 50, you know, 52. So it's got that 1952 design to it. It's not as heavy as the Filmo, but I don't know. It's a nice, really nice piece of work. So I'm excited to use this again sometime later when I get the proper batteries to see what it would be like to shoot with the proper, you know, shoot it properly, you know, as they would say. But yeah, pretty exciting. Oh well. No, yeah, it's pretty exciting. I had a lot of fun shooting with this at SAC Anime. It's just a shame that the actual film that I use was too old and the chemicals were not fun. Did not want to cooperate anymore. So if I could go back in time and reshoot that, I would probably either get newer film or brand new rolls and do that. But I don't know. Sometimes the cheap part of me wins over the I don't know. You know what I mean. So sometimes you want to experiment with stuff. I knew I was going in with that. I knew I was going to go in with not great results. Like I like there was a part of me that knew that like this is a total crapshoot. This could go bad, but god damn it, I'm willing to try. And I did. I tried, and it, you know, it didn't work out. So next time, you know, you live, you learn. So all right. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the camera stuff. That's all the cameras for motion picture filmmaking. I think some of my cameras that I really enjoy probably the most, or the ones that I really want to shoot with the most, are probably my Russian camera, the Quartz. So this bad boy, I want to shoot that with that one more, but I also want to make sure I get my 8mm Bolex all nice and lubed up, so it can it won't jam up on me, or the take up reel won't stop randomly. So, but yeah, so that's it. I think. Future film, like I want to keep shooting more with like my movie camera stuff, because I do have like a couple of rolls of 16mm that I've been saving in the fridge. Because that's, if you're not going to use film, please keep it in your fridge. Like, if you're not going to use it right away, not going to mail it right away, keep it in the fridge to like preserve it. So you can even keep it in like your freezer, but you can keep it in your fridge and like the back of your refrigerator or something, provided your family doesn't get doesn't get angry about it. But yeah, so I finally did it. I can cross that off my list. But in terms of future projects, I've mentioned this before, but I do want to do some more. I do finally want to make a proper animation on actual film, on like 16mm or 8mm even. I do want to get my DSLR camera, or like a cheap used one at the very least. Not cheap, but like a decently priced used one that at least has that has video that you can kind of control the frame rate on. Because as long as I can do that, like recording with recording the thing with like when I transfer my footage at home, it'll be less noticeable with the flicker. So, in terms of like non-animation film stuff, I have like a couple projects. Like I said, I have like this roll of film that I gotta shoot and kind of deliver, or not deliver, but send out soon. I have some, I don't know, it's more nostalgic based, but I don't know. There's this like short film I've been thinking about doing for like a long time, about like documenting like the weird not weird, but the empty lots in my town, because there's too many of them, and it'd be interesting to kind of like create that document of it before they become like cheap housing or something. Or yeah, so anyways, I guess that'll do it. I think maybe for my next stream I might either game, I might do an unarchived Rumble Roses stream again. Or I might actually get around to, actually, probably maybe my next stream might be, it's either going to be that, or it's going to be a DVD/VHS review stream, where I talk about some of my recent acquisitions and what I thought about these movies. So I guess until then, I'll see you guys around. So for those of you who were here from the beginning, and those of you who showed up later, and that great porn bot whose links are definitely reputable, and I will be checking you out soon. I guess I'll see you guys around. So, as I often say, I'll see you when I see you. So I guess I'll see you.